Hello everyone and welcome to 3 Queer Visual Novels. We're kicking things off with Like Shattered Glass, which is a game about 2 gangsters, and one of them seems to be enjoying being prodded with a needle a bit too much. Anyway, let's get right into it, shall we? Evil Batlet is going to die young. What was Zoomer thought as he crouched between Evil's legs? The warehouse was quiet, save for the sound of their breaths and the dripping of blood. The job was supposed to be simple. Drive the truck to the pickup spot, unload the goods, and drive back. Only Evil could turn a drop-off into a shootout and crash their truck into a tree. Evil, what the heck? They stumbled into a safe house, and now Zoomer was picking glass out of Evil's stomach. He was oozing with blood and glittering with glass, face tight with pain. The worst part was, Zoomer didn't doubt Evil was enjoying himself. The man below him was pale and lithe, younger than him by half. Evil was in the prime of his youth, with a spark in his eyes that Zoomer feared. The manic spark seemed to glow brighter whenever he was with him. Evil wanted him, and why he wanted him, Zoomer didn't know. Zoomer's twice his age and growing decrepit, nothing but a babysitter to the new recruits. God, it hurts, Evil groaned, his face twisted in pain, jaw clenching back a curse. Zoomer paused, remaining still while Evil collected himself. With a shallow breath, Evil gave him a curt nod. Zoomer dug his fingers into his side and pulled out a shard of glass. Frick! Evil cursed in pain, but Zoomer said nothing. He remained silent, save for the squishing of his fingers in Evil's flesh. I can't die here, Evil said, gritting out his words. I still have to kill him. Zoomer understood. There was a reason why he couldn't let Evil die, and his duty was honor-bound in blood. Evil was going to kill his brother, and he was going to watch. He tore out another piece of glass, leaving a jagged tear in the flesh. Evil gritted his teeth and gave him a pained smile. Zoomer leaned back, not a shred of emotion on his face. Evil was like a dog, desperate for every scrap of sympathy he could get, so he couldn't give him anything. Don't move, he told him. Evil laughed harshly but remained still. He was starting to go pale, his chest rising and falling weakly as blood stained the floor. A hand grabbed his hair and pulled, wrenching his head upwards. Can't you be more careful? I'll scar, Evil said. His grip in Zoomer's hair tightened to the point of pain. You sure this is a pain thing and not a kink thing? Why do you care about that? Zoomer asked. Because you find it ugly. Zoomer swallowed his unease. Evil was transparent with how he wanted his approval. It was only a matter of time before he realized he had already surpassed him. He was needy like a gaping wound and dangerous in how he expressed it, charming in a way that made him easy to follow, but too desperate to throw himself away. With how he was, it was impossible not to get hurt. From the beginning, Zoomer should have never humored him. The eroticism of being between a man's legs was lost on him. Zoomer did not make it a habit to be around men that way, and nor did he enjoy being between Evils. They would both live longer for it. Are you ignoring me? Don't ignore me, Evil muttered. Zoomer shook his head. He wasn't. Then why won't you? I'm going to stitch your wound now, Zoomer said flatly. Whatever Evil wanted him to do, he was not going to do it. And he stabbed the needle into him. Evil yelped. His body twitched and he squeezed his eyes shut as the needle moved through his flesh. In and out it went, sewing his skin together. Worst pain I've ever felt, he said, but he was lying through his teeth. How could this be worse than anything else he'd been through? He'd been shot before, for God's sake. Zoomer pulled at a thread and Evil trembled. High spots of red rising in his cheeks. With each stab on the needle, his body shivered. Evil, do you like this? Do you like that I'm inside you? As he dragged the wound shut, a groan tumbled out. Zoomer went cold. Without meaning to, he brushed against his thigh, and Evil went stiff. He looked down and saw the state of Evil's pants. The pain. Frick. He was getting off on the pain! It was either the pain or the attention. Or both. Evil had the most disgusting reactions to everything. The air around them turned hot. Zoomer was sweating, but his hands were cold and clammy. Whatever Evil thought this was, he couldn't encourage it. Go on. Finish the job. When he looked at him, His expression was heated, taunting, desperate. He looked wrecked. A wave of disgust went through Zoomer. The sight of evil, his sounds, how pathetic he was right now. Zoomer finished the last stitch. He fumbled for the rubbing alcohol, letting the cap fall to the ground. Staring at the blood, Zoomer emptied the entire bottle onto Evil. He poured until the bottle was empty and threw it away so the glass shattered somewhere else. Bedside matters be damned. He wanted to make Evil hurt. He needed that heated expression become normal again. Evil made a choked noise, the most pathetic one all night, and arched off the ground. Rivulets of alcohol flowed down his skin, mingling with blood. The liquid dripped down his stomach, past the V of his hips, and stained his jeans. He threw his head back, convulsing with pain, his mouth open to utter a broken cry before it went limp. His pants stained dark at the front. Zoomer stared as bile rose in his throat. Then again, what had he expected? Evil wanted him too much. Even pain was an outstretched hand to him. The thought that nothing could dissuade him frightened Zoomer. Evil looked up with half-lit eyes. He smiled and licked his lips. Zoomer walked out to the sound of Evil's weak panting. Did he sploosh? Anyway, that was an experience. A very, interesting experience. Let's get to the next game. Welcome to Mindread, where you're going on a date with your old high school sweetheart. Let's see how it goes. What's wrong, stranger? You look deep in thought. Mind if I sit? Mark? Hi, Julius. Hi. Haven't seen you since senior year. What are you doing here? I go to the college nearby. Wait, Rockstar University? I go there too. Really? What a coincidence. Speaking of coincidences, this song. This was our song. Oh, hell yeah. You want a bot for me, Mark? Yeah, just bot for me. He's got that faraway look. I never could read his face. Unless... Nah, just say something. Literally anything besides... Mindread? San Francisco. Basement. Bottle. Oh! I remember. And played at that party. But we never went to San Francisco. Should I bring it up? I'm overthinking. Memories can be inaccurate anyway. Was it San Francisco? Yeah, I was just thinking that. Even though we had an exam next morning, we left at night for San Francisco. You mean Oakland? Ah, that was it. And we ended up, at that insane basement party. And someone hit you with a bottle thinking you were her ex. Dude, that hurt. But we got to dance to this song, and that was really nice. I thought about that night a lot when both our parents broke us up. Cried for weeks. Back then, Mark was going through a lot. I will mind read. Point. Voice. Breakup. He was relieved about the breakup? That's not a discrepancy. Oh god, what if I'm not overthinking? Was he happy we split? He looks sad now, at least. I'll press him? Are you sure it was our parents? Mine never cared much. What are you implying? You don't feel relieved? Like you escaped something stressful? Don't take that the wrong way. It was hard at home. I'm glad I left. I'm happy now. I'm with someone too. I'm glad. Screw me, I really wanted you to be single. You remember Boris from high school? Screw me! Beckham? He was such a prick! He's grown a lot since then. Are you still in touch with anyone? Our friends ask about you sometimes. Our old friends? Come and think about it. They never reached out to me. Well, mind read. Car, wallet, annoy. Wait. I was the only one with a car in high school. And a job. You're kidding. Tell me they don't remember me as an Uber driver and our personal ATM. Frick, what is this? And they thought I was annoying? I feel like I'm gonna pass out. There's no way this is happening. They never liked me. What? Of course they did. Yeah, I think they just liked my car. It's not true. I mean, the car was nice, but you were cool, dude. Like, you just had this vibe and your aesthetic, like that chain wallet you had. Sure, they all thought I was annoying. Tell me you weren't thinking it just now, too. I was thinking I was being annoying, bringing up people you don't talk to. Boris and now this. I'm sorry. It's fine. You know, sometimes ignorance is bliss, Julius. But still, you should have at least stayed in touch with me. Sorry, I wanted to give you space. It did help. You were hard to get over. Wild, spontaneous, beautiful. It was like a movie. Wow, does he really mean that? Mindread. What? I didn't get anything back. That's never happened before. There must be some mistake. People always have something to hide. What did you really think about me? This whole conversation. Is there something you're not telling me? I know what you're doing. What am I doing? Oh, don't play dumb with me, Julius. I'm not. Just tell me what I'm doing. Really? Why not just read my mind? What? No, there's no way he knows. Mind reading is fiction to people. Go ahead. I'll wait. I can hear my own heartbeat right now. He can't know. He can't. Mind read. Julius! 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 You think I didn't know? You think I'm a freaking idiot? Julius, the kid who heard voices. Julius hustling his classmates for lunch money by betting he could tell what they were thinking. I thought you'd stopped in high school, but clearly you never gave up. You wanna know what I felt for you? Nothing! Because you were never there! Always off in your own world, trying to stay 2 steps ahead of everyone. Of me! I loved you. I really did. But you overthought everything, and I couldn't take it anymore. I'm leaving. Reach out when you finally get over yourself. Mark. I'm sorry. God, I always screw everything up. This is why I shouldn't mind read. Ending 5. The truth. Ah, frick. Okay, I guess I'll go for one other route, which is, probably trying to be nice to him instead of mind reading and, like, okay, I kind of get that what this implies that you shouldn't try to guess people's intentions and everything. I'm guessing that's the whole story behind this. But, that aside, is this song about, you know, our song? You remember too? Even though we had an exam the next morning, we left that night for San Francisco. You mean Oakland? Ah, that was it. And we ended up at that insane basement party. And someone hit you with a bottle thinking you were her ex. Dude, that hurt. But we got to dance to this song. That was really nice. I thought about that night a lot when our parents broke us up. I cried for weeks. Back then, Mark was going through a lot. I did too. Things happen for a reason, right? Even if it didn't work, I hope you're doing better now. I am happy now. I'm with someone too. I'm glad. Screw me, I really want you to be single. Remember Boris from high school? Screw me! Beckham? But it was such a prick! He's grown a lot since then. Are you still in touch with anyone? Our friends ask about you sometimes. Our old friends? Come to think about it, they never reached out to me. Haven't spoken. Damn. But still, you should have at least stayed in touch with me. Sorry, I want to give you space. It did help. You were hard to get over. Wild, spontaneous, beautiful. It was like a movie. Well, does he really mean that? Be nice about Boris. I'm sure Boris is good for you. Extending an olive branch. Trying. You know, you've grown a lot since high school. You seem more, I don't know, present. Well, it was good to see you again, but I should get going. Will I see you again? Yeah, I like that. See you, Julius. Haven't had a conversation like that in years. I'm glad he's doing well. Ending 1. Peace of mind. Well, that was pretty sweet, but we do need to get to the last game of this video, so hey, let's get on to it. Welcome to Bowling for Apples, a special Apples to Ashes episode. This is apparently a spin-off title. Not really a spin-off. It is kind of like, you know, the beach episode you get in animes? Yeah, it's kind of like that for an upcoming yandere visual novel. So anyway, let's get right to it, shall we? What's your name, sweet thing? Type in your name below. It's Lion. I've known Douglas for what felt like years. The strong, silent type from the produce section of the supermarket we work at. He's always been a constant presence in my work life. Despite all of that, I couldn't have expected it when he approached me at the end of my shift one day and asked if I wanted to go out.
Hey, bowling? Maybe this Friday?
Douglas? Why do you sound so hot? What the heck? I'd be lying if I said I haven't seen him that way, so it was a no-brainer. The rest of the week passed slowly, waiting for Friday to come, and now that it was finally here, I find myself sitting at a table that probably hasn't been cleaned since the 90s, and a carpet that definitely hasn't been changed since the 80s. And I couldn't be more excited.
Got the drinks? And some nachos, if you want any.
I'm snapped from my thoughts by Douglas depositing the food on the table. Oh, thanks. These look good. He nods, sitting down beside me and patting his hands against his legs awkwardly. Silence falls over us until I speak up. So, do you bowl often?
Kinda. I like it, but I'm not any good at it. I'm real good at the DDR machine, though.
Oh my god, Douglas, you gotta make me feel some kind of way. No. Oh, really? You'll have to show me.
Oh. Maybe later. Gotta beat your bowling first.
Oh, okay. You're on. Oh, big talk. I like it. Big talk from a big man. So we start bowling. He wins the first round, but I win the second. He's not as bad at it as he lets on, but he's not exactly keeping me on my toes either. A few games in, we stop for a break. I've been too preoccupied playing to really focus on the food, but now I could really use something salty to counteract the sweet drinks I've been absently sipping on. I'm munching on the nachos Douglas bought, not paying much attention when he clears his throat a bit.
You know, I've been really wanting to ask you out for a while now.
Well, I've been hoping you would.
Shoot. Maybe I should have said something sooner then. But every time I got up the nerve, you'd gonna look at me and I'd lose it.
I don't mind at all, fam. That's really cute.
Well, I mean, you know, I just...
You just what? He trails off, scratching behind his head, patting his legs a little more often. The big guy really is so sweet and bashful. It's okay, really. I think it's cute you thought so hard about it. Douglas gives me a smile before standing to start our last game of the night. Frame by frame, we're neck and neck, sometimes even having the same score. Going to the final frame, Douglas's last bowl gets him a 7-10 split, and he misses both pins on the last pass. So, if I even get half the pins, I win. There's something about this last frame. An urge pops into my head. I have this sudden desire to impress him. Neither of us had gotten a strike, even once. A couple spares here and there, but the urge to get that strike is so strong. I fiddle with the heavy spear I've slaughtered my fingers into, nervously. I should aim off center. You never aim for the center. Going, and strike! I go running back to him, cheering and laughing, before we both realize it. He's got me up in his arms. He swings me around while the both of us hoop and holler, a real show of excitement from the both of us. Oh, and people are staring.
Oh,
He sets me down and I hate how much I don't want him to, but he clears his throat.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
I just got excited, man.
Nah, really, it's good. That was sweet.
Well, congrats. You beat me fair and square.
Yeah? Douglas looking up at the screen where the final game is displayed. My score barely eking out his for the win.
That was our last game, but this place doesn't close for another hour.
He shuffles a bit, like there are words in his mouth, but he can't get them out. Well, unless you want to play another game, I want to see how good you are DDR.
Really? You do?
Yeah, it'll be good to beat you twice tonight.
Big talk. I like it.
Yeah, I'll go get the machine started up. You mind getting us some refills?
Yeah, no problem.
Douglas takes the cups in his hand, wandering back towards the snack bar with maybe a little extra spring in his step. It's hard to tell, but I'm already heading towards the arcade, eager for those flashing lights and 2000 songs. We spent the rest of the date at the DDR machine, laughing, dancing, falling over each other, and even if he took his chance to show off to me there, I still feel like I won. Well, that was Apples to Ashes. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys want to play any of these games, which I've played here today, link to them will be in the description below. I'm really excited to see what the actual Apples to Ashes is gonna be like. This was a really fun spin-off episode. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.